and welcome to the Broke Book Girls podcast, your go-to destination for indie reads. We're your hosts, Anne and Bree, and we would love for you to join us as we journey through all things indie. Here, we aim to highlight incredible indie authors, explore new worlds, and introduce you to books you won't find anywhere else. Tune in to find your next read, have a laugh, and share in the joy of finding your home. Hello, and welcome to the Broke Book Girls podcast, your go-to destination for indie reads. Welcome to episode 8, where we have a very special guest. My name's Bree. You guys also know Anne. But before we get to our very special guest, Anne, what are you reading?
I'm beta reading Rumours by Celia Rock. I know Bree is very excited about this one. I was getting a lot of tears updates for this one, so I'm very scared. But I'm very excited to finally be finishing out this trilogy and seeing if Celia actually emotionally destroys me. She's done it in book 1 and book 2, so I'm not ready for book 3, to be fair.
Considering like the actual like visceral pain I went through, I was sitting on my bed reading it, and I sent her a video of me going, "You bitch," and she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, you're not." She's like, "I could make it better." I'm like, "No, don't change a single thing. This is how it should be." So I can't wait.
I'm scared. I got to the diagram scene. If you know, you know.
If you don't, you'll find out. Maybe.
If you read it, yeah. And I'm also reading How to Find a Nameless Fae by A.J. Lancaster. This is an indie book, and this is about a 40-year-old princess who gets cursed by a fae, and no one has come to save her, so she's like, fuck this, I'm going to go and save myself, and she goes on this journey to save herself. It's great so far, and I'm really, really enjoying it. What about you, Bree?
I have been doing a lot of travelling, so I've done a lot of reading just today. I finished She's a Keeper by Ellie K. Mulford, which is a contemporary romance, which is based on an island, which is a zoo, called Prickle Zoo.
Cute.
Which is adorable. This was the first thing I've actually read from Ellie, and I was like, oh, this is like, I now need to read the rest of them. Like, I need this in my life. Basically, she's a zookeeper. They have over the summer, they have people come in and volunteer at the zoo, and then our main male character is from New Zealand, so it's even better. So you get all the Kiwi slang, and like everyone, and I was reading it, and I was actually getting like, you know, the American kind of like perspective of, you know, when we say sweet ass, like the female character, she's like, sweet ass? I'm like, do we really sound like that? Is that what people hear? And then I said it to myself, and I do have a friend who's American, and his favourite thing to say to me is, can you say dick? And you can say water. Can you say water dick? And then I go, you're a dick. So I finished that one today on the plane, and I started just because I needed something to read. It's Wrath, Witch Wars by H.M. Hodgson, which has witches, and I have no idea what else to expect in it. So I went in blind.
Exciting. Fair.
Courtney, what are you reading?
I have just started There Should Be 8 by Nalini Singh. So it's one of her thrillers. So I've read a lot of her contemporary romance, and I've read some of her bigger series, like the Side Changeling and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't normally read out of romance, sort of ever.
Yeah.
Or I haven't for like 5 years. But I used to love thrillers. And I'm actually interviewing Nalini next month
that is so
at
cool.
the Marlborough Book Fest. I know, and I'm really excited. But it does, I'm going into the thrillers to expand myself out there. But
That's
exciting. I love Nalini. I love her books. So I'm sure that going back into thrillers, she's going to take good care of me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we love a good
She's
branch
such a
out.
prolific author.
She is.
Alrighty. So what we like to do, I mean, we've already done, I say what we like to do, we've already done this once, is that we like to put our authors through a 60-second rapid-fire questions. So we're
I
gonna...
love this. Go.
Oh, she's ready.
answer as quickly as you can. I will time it, and do you want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay, where's my... Hold on, let me find my clock. I should have had this prepared. Okay, and you ready? Set?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Go!
Favorite book.
Bit Me by Jenny Cruz.
Favorite food.
Oh, tacos.
Spice or no spice? In books.
Oh, spice. But I do
Sweet or
like
savoury?
non-spice as well, but I go to spice more often.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Kindle or physical?
Kindle. I like to be able to have it with me at all times.
Villain or hero?
Hero.
Lots of garlic or not lots of garlic?
Heaps of garlic. All the garlic.
Ice drink or hot drink?
Hot drinks.
Romance or thriller?
Romance.
Comedy or mystery?
Comedy.
Morning or night?
Oh. I actually I'm better at 2 p.m. 10 to 2.
Movies
That's
or
my
TV
window.
shows?
I like movies.
Call or text?
Text me. Text me.
City
please.
or country?
City.
Beautiful.
What time?
60 seconds.
Did you get it?
We did it again.
Oh, yes!
I also...
Yeah.
I relate...
Everyone else has to beat me now.
I relate to the 2 p.m. thing. I'm not a morning... I'm a reluctant morning person. I'm not a night person. I'm a middle of the day kind of confused pigeon.
Yeah. If I need to
Yeah.
achieve anything, it has to take place between 10 and 2.
Yeah.
It's really inconvenient at work.
So... yeah. Yeah.
When no one else
So-
can bother me.
Pretty much, right? Like kids are in school, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we actually get into our questions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh. My name is Courtney Clark Michaels, and I'm a contemporary romance author from Aotearoa, New Zealand. And I've been publishing since 2021. I had to check the embroidery my friend made for me there with my first book cover on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, thanks, Ellie. So I've been publishing since 21. I've published 17 books as of today. Today's a release
Yes,
date.
congratulations. Happy release day.
Thank you. Both under my Courtney Clark Michaels name, and I have a slightly spicier pen name as well that I write spicy shorts under.
Bye.
Oh, that's right. You're, 100...
1 hour,
60-minute
100
read?
reads.
Yes, that's it. I remember that line. Love it,
Yeah.
love it, love it, love it.
But so I write primarily books that are set in Aotearoa and the South Pacific, with New Zealand and South Pacific characters.
Love it.
So good.
We have both read Protecting His Princess, so that's the main book we're going to be talking about today.
It was the first book, so I finished my read last night, and I started reading Protecting His Princess this morning on the plane, and finished it while waiting for my second plane in Christchurch Airport.
Well
Thank
prepared.
you.
It is
Fresh in your mind.
It is very fresh in my mind, and I think I can't remember. I think I made notes. I can't remember. It was.
That's very
I may have
fancy.
commentated. I don't know. It was a very.
Just
My dream is to be one of those authors where I get the Kindle highlights.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the popular highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the omnibus, so I have all my little annotations in the book.
That's right, you bought the omnibus.
I did.
That's my
You're
event
welcome.
exclusive.
Ooh, I feel special now.
And one of my
Special.
highlights.
There's only 12 of those out there.
Oh damn! And one of my highlights, I literally just wrote, "I aspire to be good."
Oh, so do I.
That's literally.
So do I.
That is one of my. I've got a lot of highlights. One of my other highlights is Narnia. And then I literally wrote, ha 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 ha. I was like one coffee deep. I was like, I think I was on the plane when I read this, and I'm like, this is so funny.
It's
Thank you
really
so
good.
much.
Yeah.
I once gifted someone one of my books because they'd asked for one, and they started reading it in front of me because I go to Silent Book Club, which is where you sit in silence and read for an hour, and ours takes place at a cheese and whiskey bar.
Ooh.
So the host had asked me to bring one, so I gave it to her, and then I went and read my book, which was The Singles Table by Sarah Desai, which was amazing. But I could hear her laughing while she read it, and it was like very disconcerting.
That is
I'm
so
sure.
funny.
That'd be the most scariest thing. Like having someone right there reading in front of you.
And if you can hear them laughing, it's like, is that a good laugh? Is that a, why am I reading this laugh? Like,
Yeah.
It was like a nervous laugh, like I'm going to have to talk to her after this.
yeah. Oh, but yeah, so that was my favourite highlight was, I aspire to be Gert.
I love Gert.
She's
And I
an
actually,
amazing character.
whenever I'm sitting down planning out like my bonus scenes, it's going to be Gert. It's going to be Gert's wedding as my bonus scene.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Needs to be, absolutely.
Do you know what? I will do it. I'll do it before the end of July for you. I'll write it down. Gert before the end of July.
So our main goal with this episode is to talk about messy characters. So that's why we read Protecting His Princess, because Theo is quite a messy character. And there is quite a few messy relationships and characters within the whole series. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, and I feel, because when I was making my list, there are a lot of messy characters that I love, but I don't always want, like, mental health issues to be the mess.
Yeah.
And so I always, when I think about my characters, like, I think about Theo, he's got a lot of clear mess going on, but also I always think Kara in Game Changer as well, which is the first book of my Hot Rugby Night series, because she doesn't have any of that sort of stuff going on for her. She's just messy in her own ways.
We love that.
But I like mess. I'm messy. I'm a messy person, like my space, but also my brain, and the way I communicate and everything like that. So I really like leaning into that, and I like writing people that I think I'd be friends with.
Yeah, I love that.
No, I had to actually really think about messy characters. Like when Anne said, so Courtney wants to talk about messy characters, and I sat there and I went,
like her reply was, "Oh fuck."
yeah. I was like, shit. No, I have to.
Oh, Anne made it sound like everyone was very on board.
Oh no, 100% on board. But I was like, fuck. Now I gotta actually like, what the hell? Like, what do I? Who? I had to message one of the authors. I was like, did you say this character's really messy? She's like, yeah. Okay, cool, great. I'm happy with that. That makes my life easier. Thank you very much. I can't even remember who I wrote down. Never mind. I've just looked now.
I have your list.
I do too, now that I'm looking at it. Once I found it, I was like, oh yeah, I did write it all down, thankfully. But it was definitely... I love decisions that make you go, what the fuck? And it makes them go, what the fuck? Why did I do that?
And it makes you just think harder about the things that you read as well.
Sorry, still shoving food in my
And
face.
especially, I think there's such a tendency in the book community, for the readers especially, when we're looking at characters, we'll forgive male characters their mess a lot easier than we will with female characters. And so that's always interesting to think about as a writer and a reader as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. A lot of people are like, oh, she's so annoying. She's like the worst character to follow. I don't like her because of this. And it's like, yeah, but if it was a male character, you would have no issues with any of that.
I mean, you see it in mainstream media as well, even like on TV. You see people will readily forgive the man. But like, like one of my favorite shows is Gilmore Girls, and everyone easily forgives Jess for his issues. But the minute Rory becomes more complicated, everybody goes, oh, but she's such a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, she's human, she's making errors, and which is what you do. And it's when you read a book and your characters are making messes for themselves, and it's complex, and they have consequences to their actions.
Yeah.
As there should be. There
And
should
it's
always
also,
be consequences.
like, the only reason we got to where we are is by, like, pumping through a whole lot of mess. I don't know about you guys. I think I'm older than you guys, so...
I'm just here.
Yeah, decades of mess.
And look, mess builds character.
Yeah.
In my
That's why I'm
opinion,
so
it's
characterful.
what makes us funny.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
If I didn't have all this mess, I wouldn't find myself as funny as so.
I know, you wouldn't be writing ha 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 on the margins of my book.
Exactly. I'd be going, I'm well adjusted. Never been.
My next book in the Hot Rugby Nights, I was like, for one time, I'm going to write just like someone who has both parents who are alive and they're nice and they're not in therapy for anything. And then I'm like,
Nah.
I don't know though.
That's boring.
I'll give him something. He's going to have
Here's the
something.
thing.
But it's not going to be...
Just add a little bit of spice.
What fictional
Yeah.
character wants both their parents alive?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. You got to add extra names. That's names you can't use for something else. Put it in the spreadsheet.
Exactly.
And then there's 2 relationships the character has to have with each other.
Just make him go visit a gravestone. So much
Just kill 'em
easier.
off.
I know. In my smutty shorts, they're almost all orphans because I can't be fucked with that.
Trauma, it builds character.
Builds character.
Literally.
Yeah.
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 Far more
Prologue.
likely
Prologue,
to
it's a
make poor
funeral.
decisions with mafia men if you've got some trauma behind you.
Well, they need a little bit of spicy, no parents.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So, what do we want to start with?
Let's dive right into one of our lists.
Yeah.
Go, Bree.
Huh?
You've got it in front of you now.
They do. Oh. Jeez, I feel really on the spot now. So, one of my favourite messy characters, I don't know where the book is. Oh, it's right there. Is Xander from The Storm King. It's from the Lost Gods series, written by Sheila Masterson. He comes into the first book. He seems very well adjusted. Appears. But he is not. And by the time you get to the Storm King, he is now the king. And he has to there are so many, I have a very soft spot for him. There is a lot of things I do not forgive him for. I'm not gonna give spoilers, because I would highly recommend reading anything by Sheila Masterson.
Just gonna write it down.
Please do.
That's what I really loved, actually, when we were sending the list back and forth, is that we all picked books that, like, no one's picked the same books, no one's picked the same genres.
I think
Like, I'm pumped.
Anne was really funny. She messaged me. She's like, we're probably thinking the same fucking book right now. I'm like, okay, you can have this one. I'll take this one.
Divvy up the mess.
Exactly. But
Pretty much.
I mean, any of the characters from the Storm King are from the Lost God series are extremely messy. They all make decisions. They all have consequences to their actions, and things really go to shit, especially in the Storm King. A lot goes down. There's like an overthrow of the power. There's bringing people in and not recognizing someone who's his own fucking family member, may I add, and he doesn't recognize him, and then everything goes really bad, and it all has a very negative effect on Cece, who is our main female character, who has gone through a lot. She has suffered, and she continues to suffer. And the very end of the book, I sat there and I went, I have to wait for book 4, because I arc read it as well, so I'm sitting there going,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
So much longer.
This hasn't even been published yet. Nobody else knows what I'm talking about except everybody else in the chat and everyone else. And I'm a very fast reader, so I'm sitting there going, and everyone's like, well, what part are you?
Tell me when you guys are ready to talk.
It's just like, I will be in my corner crying in a blanket with tissues. But Xander is way up there. of my
What's his mess? Like, what's his mess flavour?
family trauma. He's a prince. He has got magic that he doesn't want, that he learns to accept. He gets the girl and then loses her because of a decision he made.
Oh, that's always fun.
Oh, it was so much fun, but I was like, oh my god, I was like, dude!
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it wasn't meant to be, but he was so in love with her, and I'm like, oh, and then he made a decision, I'm like, you fucker. Why would you do this? But it pushed these two together proper, so it's fine. And even in her new stant, which it's the legacy, so it's a Legacy of Stars, which is their legacies of the main characters from the Lost Gods series. It's their kids.
Oh, fun. I love a second gen.
It was like, I just sat there going, ha. But it was actually really good because they made you think he had done something again to fuck up.
Oh.
And I sat there going, I was so angry. I was like, where's she gone? And it was like, what do I do? Where's she gone? What's happening? Highly recommend. So yeah, that is my number one, and I love him dearly. He's on my wall somewhere, all the way up there. I'm not standing up. I just sat down again.
Yeah, fair. You've had a long day.
We understand.
Right, I think it's your turn, Anne.
Go Anne.
Okay. So no one's going to be surprised when I mention Null and Void.
Daddy Birds.
We have Mika. Daddy Birds. So Mika is a very messy character. She has a lot of trauma from her childhood, the way she was raised. She had someone who was preying upon her as a young child, so there is triggers going in there, so do be aware. It is a darker fantasy romance. But she is an ex-assassin, and she has been promised that she's never going to be sold again for a job. So she's like getting ready to just live her life. She's doing things that she's really enjoying. She's like working with the children and things like that. And she is really happy with what she's doing until she gets sold.
Oh.
So she gets sold again, and she's dealing with that, being kind of like, I am your employee. I'm and not trusting anyone, and not wanting to be around anyone, and not trusting herself because she has such rage within her, and that's a massive...
I would too in that scenario, though. Good for her.
Right?
She is what I embody feminine rage as at the moment. If I think feminine rage,
100%.
I go
love that.
Mika.
Mika. Yeah, 100%. And it's just, she's very messy in that way. There is this budding relationship that she will not let herself move towards, even though he's the like cutest cinnamon roll ever.
The best boy.
Look at the eyebrows.
He's the best.
He's such a... And I would say that he also has his own mess as well. He is a alcoholic, and from all the shit that's kicked off in his life as well.
Like,
and yeah,
functionally? Or...
like a functioning alcoholic, yeah.
Right, yes, it's still drinking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, still drinking. Yeah, until like something happens where he realizes like, oh, okay, I need to stop this. And we watch him as he's trying to heal from that throughout the book as well. But yeah, Mika is the epitome of female feminine rage. And she's messy.
She's
Messy,
glorious.
messy. She's glorious though, yeah. She's a baddie. And we love her.
We love
I love
a
that
badass
for
queen who
Yeah.
knows she's fucked up.
We do.
Yeah,
I'm
and the
gonna
thing
be-
is, she knows she's fucked up.
Is she one of those ones who, like, owns it, or does she double down?
I would say she owns it.
She owns it, definitely. I think there's a couple of moments where
Yeah.
you can definitely tell she does double. She goes, you know what? Let's just add to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, well, I've already
What
come
about
this
you?
far.
Yeah. I've already come this far. Why not make it just that little bit more? Like, just adding more flavor to the book. What about you, Courtney? What's one of your messy characters?
Oh, so... I'm going to start with one of my absolute favourite books. It's called Something Borrowed by Eve Dangerfield, who is my author crush. She knows. It's fine. This isn't a reveal. Just like stalk her on socials.
Yeah, that's what we do with our authors.
Where's my Goodreads?
And she is an Australian author, and she's indie, and I love her. And Elle, who's the main female character in Something Borrowed, is a environmentalist with rage issues.
Nice.
So she's, when we meet her, I think she's maybe just come off probation for like throwing a brick through someone's windshield.
Okay.
Because they tried to harm an animal or something. You know.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I forgive her. It's fine.
Yeah. But she's got a lot of rage, but it's all packaged in this little, like, fairy princess kind of body. She's got, like, white blonde hair and, like, heterochromic eyes. And she, out of deep-seated loyalty, is forced to go to Bali for her best friend's wedding and be stuck at a resort with her best friend's dickhead family and
Oh, there's more.
the like arrogant French dude who tried her on with her once, only to fuck up spectacularly and earn her wrath forever. But he's decided, unbeknownst to her, that they would be perfect together, and he's going to take this opportunity to shoot his shot. I mean, that's the thing. I'm too too much. But she is not particularly interested in that. But he sort of, there's no spoilers. But she is a dominant.
Ooh, yes.
So he basically assigns himself as her submissive for the week with whatever she wants. Not necessarily sexual, but like whatever she wants.
It's on the TBR now.
Yes.
That is.
Yeah. And,
Yes, I just immediately added it.
and I am obsessed with them and her, and oh god, the sex scenes are like phenomenal. But also, like, just, she's so herself. Like, every time he tries to be nice to her and she's like, fuck off. I hate you.
I love that.
He's like, what have you been up to? I thought maybe we could catch up about what our lives have been up to. And she's like, I don't want to hear about your new super strain of herpes, you loser. And I'm obsessed with her for it. Like, just being able to be yourself so messily and out there without all of that societal, like, girls be nice, keep the peace, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm, so good.
Okay, I'm like picking that up so fast.
Oh, do it.
It is.
The cover is stunning too.
Yes, it is. It, when did she rebrand that? Like maybe 4 years ago? Oh yeah, I saw it.
It's gorgeous.
And it's so beautiful, and I love it.
Oh, that is. I've never. This is the painful thing with this podcast. I love it, but man, the TBR just doesn't get any freaking smaller.
Every time.
It never
Yeah.
ends.
It's every episode we record, it grows just a little bit more.
But Eve Dangerfield is absolutely an order buy for me. I am obsessed with her and all of her work, and especially the Australian set ones, because, like you were talking about with Ellie K. Mulford, like, the language and the slang and the colloquialisms, like, just that real, like, Antipodean humour. It's beautiful to see on the page when we're so accustomed to reading books from other cultures.
Oh yeah, and then all of a sudden we see our own. It's like, I understood that
We're
reference.
like, we are hilarious.
Yeah.
We are so funny.
We're so funny.
People don't
But
understand
also,
it.
we're so mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. My American friend called us the Australia's Canada, so. And I looked at him.
The fact that she even knows that we're a different country from Australia is better than so many other Americans.
Right? Yeah.
America, we love you, America.
Who's your next messy character, Bree?
So, we know him, we love him. Live from Sons of Echidna and the Siren Sisterhood. He...
He is a disaster. Let's not even...
He is a clusterfuck. But he is glorious. I mean, with a dad, with a father like Eris, I mean, I would probably be a clusterfuck as well.
Yeah.
His trauma, the way he responds to things. In the Siren Sisterhood, we saw a lot of, you know, what he, like, we saw a little bit more of his past and some of the things that he had to do just to survive. And you sit there going, yeah, this makes so much sense. Like, you...
Yeah.
And, like, his parentage, just his whole family. The whole family is really fucked. Highly recommend. Super easy to read. So good. Like, I've told one of my ADHD friends, you'll love this book. It's so good to read as an ADHD.
Yeah, it's like it's made for ADHD people, like 100%.
That is what someone said to me 80 pages.
It is.
Because it's on my TBR.
Yeah.
You know, with 1,600 other books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's not hyperbole. That's
No.
my Kindle TBR. But, yeah, it's on my... And someone's like, now that I've met you in person, you should definitely read this book. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a compliment. I was going to anyway.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
I found it... Yeah, it's... You go into it. I went in with it, like, completely, like, I was very open-minded. It was Rosie who was like, you should totally read this, you'll love it.
Hi, Rosie. We love you.
We love you. Thanks for listening. Please, eat cake. I don't know. Take a break, eat a cake. But she's like, you'll really love this. And I went into it very open-minded. She was actually the reason why I also read Null and Void, was I just went in open-minded. You'll love this. Cool. And I was like, this is like someone took a dumpster fire, set it on fire, and wrote really good words to make it better.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of the characters are so they're all complex. All their relationships together are messy. Like, I don't think there is a healthy relationship, except maybe the lesbian griffins.
It's always the lesbians have it on lock.
They are the healthiest relationship in the entire book, and it is great.
Yeah. Like I can't even like put words to it. It's like cozy but morbid, but also it feels like you're coming home every time you go into that book. It's just so good, and it's not even just Lie from SOE who's messy. It's
all of them.
Every single character.
Every single character except the lesbian griffins.
Except the lesbian griffins.
And the Kraken. The Kraken in the lake, she's not. She's just a baby.
Even Barbara, the peacock, has issues.
Barbara has mad issues. Like, come on.
I feel like all peacocks have issues, to be fair.
100%.
I mean, they have the
But I
word...
am
and it's,
maybe projecting my own bird fear.
No, I think it's
that.
because they have the word cock in it, so they all take it to the next level. They go, I got the word cock, I got cock in my name, I gotta act like a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just being a bird that big.
Yeah.
Like, automatically you're kind of an arsehole.
I mean, you look at emus and ostriches, I mean, some of them just stick their heads in the sand. You look just like some men.
Some of them will, like, attack you.
Right.
Yeah.
For ice cream.
Hey, look, in Australia, they literally had the emu wars.
That's true.
Only in Australia. Anyway, so that's Lie. We love them. We love all the characters. They're all so... I love reading and just going, at least my life isn't like this.
Yeah, right?
I don't have a very healthy
I have
relationship.
trauma, but not that trauma.
I don't have a healthy relationship with my father, but at least it's not like everybody in Eris.
At least it's not this bad.
At least Eris isn't my dad. Thank God for that.
Yeah. 100%.
Your next character, Anne.
Rose from In the Wake of the Wicked.
Yes! Did you just love In the Wake of the Wicked, though?
I loved In the Wake of the Wicked.
It's by V.B. Lacey. It's The Hunger Games meets Wicked.
Wicked. Yes. There is
So good.
Tournament, Deadly Trials, and Rose is very messy. She has a lot of trauma from a lot of people being hurt and dying around her and her being blamed on it. She is kind of the pariah of her town. Even though she's really powerful, and she doesn't kind of help herself when people piss her off, and when they come to buy herbs and spices from her apothecary, she likes to just throw a little poison in there to give them a messy day,
Just a little
aka
bit of
stomach issues.
Just a little bit of belladonna.
Just a little bit.
I respect her so much.
But yeah, she has a lot of rage, a lot of trust issues. She doesn't know her parents. It's a fantasy
Too
romance.
many character names.
Too many character names. Yeah, so she's dealing with that. She was taken in by her aunt and uncle and was raised with her cousin, and she never feels truly part of the family. And it's just really sad, and she really doesn't like herself, and she really struggles with relationships and trusting people, and yeah, she's just messy. And it's sad, but also watching her slowly open up, trust herself, realize that being a little bit wicked, being a little bit bad, being angry isn't a bad thing, and that you can use that in good ways. And yeah, it's really good.
Her character development is just... The second book is coming out soon, and I'm very excited.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited.
Her learning to love even like herself and trust herself
Yeah.
is so good. And trusting other people, and
Yeah.
it's just
I think that's
such a great book.
It's always an important point too. Not only in books but in life, because so often anger is not branded as a feeling, or it's branded as an acceptable feeling for men mostly, but not for women. And I really enjoy angry characters, like Elle from Something Borrowed. Angry.
If I ever see feminine rage on a trope tree, I'm there.
Oh,
always.
so not to self plug.
Go.
I see, Anne. I sent
Yes.
you Counting Down, The Night We Met,
Yeah.
which it's my sapphic novella, and I wrote most of that in the week after the US election, the last US election, and it's pure feminine rage.
Damn.
There was
Yes.
just so much rage inside me, and I was lucky enough to have one character who was a sex worker, and one character who was a virgin, and partially because of cultural things.
Yeah.
And, media and journalism and Puritan sort of mindsets around, sex and sex work and value. And then I went way off, and I was went pro-unions, and I was fuck RFK Jr. And it's all in there. It's quite explicit. In
Alright, I'm going to read that absolutely next.
Yeah, so I do have I shit talk America in general and Robert F. Kennedy
We
Jr.
approve.
specifically.
We love America.
I've been talking so shit about America lately.
We love some
To be fair,
Americans.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's so hard because in this world, in the British community, so many of our friends are American, so many of our readers are American, and you're like, where's the line where I don't want to turn off readers who have been really loyal to me, but also your country is a shit show.
Yeah.
And
We're just going to point it
A
out.
lot of them I don't
Other
think will
countries
disagree.
to
No, I
acknowledge
think
that.
a lot,
Yeah.
almost all
Yeah.
of them go, no, like, this place is a shithole, please get us out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we're
for
like,
other
move to
countries
New Zealand, like,
to
come
not
on, come on.
acknowledge that when you're writing from that
Oh.
perspective, like, doesn't even make sense because
Yeah,
everyone thinks it.
yeah, yeah.
And of course, you feel so sorry for all your friends who are there,
Yeah.
particularly in states where their rights are just being stripped all the time.
It makes me so angry. I'm just yelling at the
Makes me
TV
so
all the time.
angry.
There's a reason
Which
I
is why
don't watch the TV.
I wrote that.
Because I'm like, oh, I will get too angry. But it's like, it's a lot of the discords that I'm in for, with our street teams. And a lot of the authors that, like, all in America. So most of the people are Americans as well. And they're just like, I don't know what to do. And I've got one friend who will randomly message me. So she's like, it's not too late for my husband and I to come move to New Zealand, right? I'm like, no, do it. Like, come on. Like, you don't want to have I wouldn't want to have kids in that environment. I wouldn't want to be in that.
Absolutely not.
There's no safety. There's no security. I mean, regardless of, the fact that the violence, like, the risk of violence and danger is on the rise. I mean, being a woman in America is terrifying. I feel
One
very
of my
lucky
friends
to be here.
She's happily married, they have a lovely child. And she talked about sterilisation so they don't have another one by accident. Just because the world they're in right now.
Yeah, it's a scary world, and it's just, and we can't do anything. Like, we can talk about it, we can raise awareness, but like, at the end of the day, we honestly cannot do anything because of these fucking fuckheads who are in power.
I think one of the most important things we need to remember when we're here is not to let our country get to
Become
go down
that
that
way.
path, because we do
Yeah.
have such a tendency to follow America, like that annoying little brother kind of energy that we want to do what the big kids are doing, but the big kids are fucking it up.
So we may as well too.
and- so I think, and because everyone's become so much more vocal about like hate and ignorance, and they feel so much more empowered to say the wrong things so loudly with their whole chest in public. And so, like, obviously we need to be addressing that here so that we don't do that, because that's our kids. That's what our kids are running up for. And to point out to our kids and, the next generation that what they're seeing now, what they've seen over the last, 12 years in America, that's not normal. That's not how politics and policy and people are supposed to behave. But for some kids, because I teach high school, that's what they've known. That's all they've known when they are looking at international relations and everything like that. And so just remind them, that's not normal. That's not how people are supposed to act. People in those positions say those things, reflect those ideologies, those dangerous kind of propagandas. But it's hard. And so that's what I like being able to offer critique on that, because critiquing life is really what we do as authors. We're offering, we're reflecting life, but we're also critiquing it because it deserves criticism. In order to function properly, you should be questioning what you understand and why you understand it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can't grow as a person if you don't question your own beliefs and learn from them.
Yeah. If you're just like, this is what I believe, and I'm stuck here now, and I'll never accept anything else or learn any more about it or admit that I'm wrong, even when evidence suggests saying, that's useless. Don't read my books. I'm not interested in being friends with you.
Everybody, you hear that? You don't just fuck off.
Yeah, just fuck off.
What's your next character, Courtney?
Well, on that note, I'm going to go...
Goodreads ready,
with,
Anne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So the book is How That Makes You Feel by Elle Diaz, who is a Latina author. and also independent. And it was her debut novel. And it's the first book in Seducing Steel City, which is her series, which is great, and I love it. And this is where kind of that messy versus diagnosis comes in. Because originally I was going to talk about Camilla, who's the female main character in it, who's a therapist, which is so fun to have a messy therapist character.
There is no stable therapist out there. I'm like, there is no...
Therapists need therapists.
And you know who has, like, the most problems?
The therapist.
Therapists' kids.
Yeah. You'd think they'd be well adjusted, but they're not.
You would think. But Camilla has bipolar disorder. She's diagnosed, which is great. And so I didn't want to lean too heavily into that because she is messy, but she's messy for a lot of reasons, and that's not necessarily tied to a diagnosis. I'm still getting a little bit of echo, so I am double hearing myself. But the male main character in this book, Zach Holt, is equally messy. So he has basically fucked off around the world to avoid his responsibilities, and now his mum's died, and he's got to come back and look after his little sister. He's gorgeous, he's funny, he likes Camilla, and they have sort of they keep bumping into each other, which is great, but he's a mess. He's fucked up in the past in terms of a pretty big transgression with his best friend, which had some heavy fallout. Basically, he outed his friend to his friend's family. Not sort of intentionally, but that's not something you can sort of be like, oh, sorry, didn't mean to.
That's something you can take back.
Yeah. And part of it was sort of driven by jealousy because Zach's bisexual and, just mess. He's got to sort of try and rebuild this relationship with his little sister, who's mad at him because, rightfully so, because he fucked off when things got hard. He's got to sell the business that his parents ran, that he has no interest in, and it's just, he's a bit of a lost soul, but he's also at the point where, you know, there comes a time when being a lost soul, there comes an age, really, when being a lost soul is not cute. It's just, like, get your shit together, man.
Yeah.
In this case, or get your shit together, you know, folks. And it's just so, so together, it's like a perfect messy combination. And they're both kind of clawing their way through some of the stuff that's been holding them back. You know, she's a divorcee as well, but she's still, like, friends with her ex, so they're all part of the same friend group. And it's a lovely friend group. You get to see what's coming with the others, and I love those little, like, hints for what other people's stories are going to be. And so they're both sort of having this summer fling, and it sort of becomes more, but it's like, are they going to sort their own shit out in time to not
fuck
the relationship? Yeah. And you know they are, because it's a romance, but I like to see how.
There's a journey that goes with it. You know, you see the beginning, you see it, but you want to see how it's going to happen.
That's it. And how badly they're going to
fuck it up
before they can get there.
Lord.
Yeah, 100%.
We love it.
So yeah,
and so who's your last one?
I like that one. Elle writes really like feminist, critical kind of understandings as well, from obviously an American perspective and Latina American perspective.
Yeah, of
so
course,
I love her stuff. She's great.
Nice.
Well, that's added to the TBR. And the cover is stunning.
Once
Isn't it
again,
so fun?
stunning covers.
Stunning!
Yeah.
Like, she is gorgeous.
I know. And then the next one as well. And she's just actually done like this fancy paperback cover, and it's just like the rainbow colours, and I love it. She does great covers.
Shiny. Alright, so my last one.
Your last one.
So her name is Verena. She's from the When Deities Awaken series, written by Zoe J. Breyer. Hey, Zoe. It's very... I had to really think about this one, and I actually had to confirm with Zoe that, she'd say she's messy, right? Because the thing is, Zoe knows that the story isn't completed yet. So I got these two bad boys sitting right behind me. These are her books.
Oh, look at those.
Look at those two beauties. So her story isn't done. So we meet her in Fair Dance with Courage. And you can already... She's very angry. She is...
My kind of girl.
But we haven't had a lot... we haven't had so much from her yet to be able to tell why she's angry. I mean, I know a tiny little bit behind the scenes of what's going on for her, but Zoe has it all planned out in her head because, she's the author. She knows what's happening most of the time. None of us know what's happening most of the time. But Verena comes in, she is very much, you can tell she wants to be on the right side, but does the wrong things. She... doesn't make the right decisions, and then she does pay for it. But the entire time, any time you read Verena, any words written by Verena, you just sit there going, this is one very, very angry woman, and we don't know why.
Yeah.
And
because she's not a main character in the first two books.
Yeah, so we don't really... We see her more in the first one. We don't really see her in the second one, because she's not... It's not focused with, in the main area. They've gone off on an adventure. Yay! Although I would highly recommend. So when Fair Dance with Courage, Feminine Rage, Amelia is a queen. Cyrus is just as messy. He makes so many... That's another one. He makes some very poor decisions in the first one, which but then he also gets told, they blame things on him. So they said, oh, but he did this when he actually didn't, and that traumatizes the fuck out of him. It was very heartbreaking. I've loved Osiris since the minute he came on the page, and when I watched it, hey, don't you...
Everyone else hated him.
No. The minute I read him, I was like...
You're like, I can fix him.
That's my boy. I don't want to fix him. I'm like, that's my boy. And everyone's like, why? And reading the first one, I'm like, why would you love this man? I'm like, just wait for it. He didn't do what everyone says he did. He didn't do it. And everyone has finally kind of come to my side with Dr. They're just like, yeah, no, we absolutely really love him. But he makes some really...
That's because I can see. Because you've got the author copy back there.
Yeah.
So you were ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
all got them.
We're special.
Fancy.
So,
because we alpha read.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel terrible.
I
just send you
I'm a PA as well.
Poorly formatted PDFs because I can't get my life together.
Hey, we love that.
Yeah. Anything early is a gift.
It's like a Christmas present, but not Christmas.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really excited to see Verena learn more about her, learn why she's so angry, why she makes the decisions she makes, why she takes the sides that she does, because you can tell that there is... She's angry and confused about why she is the way she is. And because she doesn't fully understand, so we don't understand.
We discover it together.
Exactly. So I really can't wait to see Zoe, to read it, like when Zoe continues to write her and her character development and her growth through the books. Because look, she's not my favourite character. She's one of my favourite messy ones, but she's not my favourite character. She's not there is a more least favorite character, but I'm also looking forward to seeing more from him because I just think he's an asshole.
Maybe that's just all he is.
No, unfortunately, there is more to him. There's more than meets the eye. No. Zoe does a really good job of writing very complex, there's incorporating like mental health really well into her writing. You know, we all deal with mental health. Mental health is messy. Mental health is not simple. It is a part of who we are, and it's
not linear.
And it's not linear,
which is really important in books.
Yeah. It's like it's good. It's nice when you can read a book and you can kind of see stuff like I've kind of gone through something like I haven't gone through it to that extent, but I understand where this character is coming from and how they are feeling because it's something that I experience regularly. So she does a really good job. That's what I highly recommend. She's a Kiwi author. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even better.
Even better.
Even better. And she's currently working on book 3. As well as
how far away?
Can't wait to get my hands on
Are you just waiting for it?
I've read a lot. I've read what she's got at book 3 so far. I think I've got a couple of chapters to catch up on. She's in the process of planning. She's got another book in the works as well that she's working on. I've seen her spreadsheet. She's got so many. I look at it and I'm like, this gives me a headache. This makes me feel dizzy. There's so much, but I'm very, very, very proud of her. And so they sit proudly on my bookshelf with their little
mine are over there too.
With the little glow in the dark snake, which freaks me out, by the way. I forget it glows in the dark, and then I turn off my light and I go, something's glowing in my room. Anyway, Anne, what's your final character?
My final character is Elyrus from Smoke and Scar by Gretchen Powell Fox. So this is another messy, angry character. Can you tell I like my feminine rage characters?
You do.
But she had a lot of trauma due to the person that she loved and wanted to spend the rest of her life with died. Going into a challenge to basically win the crown to save the world. Because in this world, humans and fae have been in this war for years and they've been trying to take over this small portion of land. And I can't remember how many years, but every certain amount of years, there's this competition and whoever takes part, you either die or you kind of win.
20-something years. I just finished it yesterday. I just finished it last night.
Yeah.
I don't want to be critical, but I feel like the Fae would kick our ass as humans.
Yeah, they generally do. But see, the humans also have a magic that they have used, that they've kind of stolen from the Fae. So they kind of end up having sort of equal ground. Yeah, and they don't know the challenges when they go in, like, because no one has survived these challenges, so no one comes out alive. And so she gets pulled in because her partner who has passed away, his sister is about to join the challenge, and she's like, absolutely fucking not, I'm not losing her. And we're watching her as she's trying to deal with coming face to face with this person that she ran away from, because she could not deal with her grief. She ended up just disappearing, drinking, sleeping around, doing whatever she needed to do to forget. And now she's coming face to face with the person that she ran away from, and watching their messy relationship, and as they try to understand how both of them grieved and how they can move on from that. And they're in this deadly trial where now her main goal is to get the sister out, even if it doesn't allow her to survive. And it's messy. And then she's also kind of falling in love with the enemy.
Damn humans.
Bloody humans, bloody Cedric.
Bloody Cedric.
Are they right? Bloody Cedric. And it's the slowest burn. They kiss once.
They don't even bang.
In the whole thing. And that's it.
The whole book?
And it's...
Or the whole series?
Only book one.
The whole... One book.
Oh, it's one book.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no banging.
Yeah,
there's some longing looks. There's some like...
Yeah, and it's like...
I love a yearn.
Yeah. And she in one point in the book, she is saving some, because they decide that they're going to work together to try and get as far as through this challenge as they can. And she saves someone from a dragon, and then she realizes who she saved, and she's like, "Fuck, it's him." I saved
throw him back.
him.
Throw him back.
She's ready to.
She continuously keeps saving him and goes, ugh.
Yeah. Like she's the baddie and he's like the damsel in distress. It's great.
I love that.
But yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's really good.
I finished it last night. I was determined to. I was like 58% through, and I got into bed, and I'm like, right, I'm not.
This happens tonight.
I took my sleeping tablets, and then I pushed. It's like, wait, and like I could feel the meds start to kick in, and I'm like, wait, no, I need to finish. I'm so close.
Mr. Bean with the like toothpicks.
That's how it felt. I was committed. I was like, no, I'm like, and I was like, I've got like 5% left, but I'm like, the world.
Like, will I remember it in the morning?
The world was starting to spin a little bit, and I'm like, no, push through.
Bree, no.
Bree, yes. Bree, yes.
Bree had a lot of reading to do.
Hey, look, I was on
Had to prep.
annual leave. This is what you do, right? You take the sleeping meds and then you push through.
I have been on leave this week, and because burnout,
Oh.
Yay!
I have read more this week than I have in months.
Yeah,
It's been so
Nice.
good. I love it.
I've been on leave for, it was a 10-day leave, 10 days of leave.
Ooh,
Um, I got very depressed because a lot of things that were supposed to happen got cancelled. And I didn't cope, so I didn't do a lot of reading. I played Dragon Age, and I watched The Resident, and then I cried watching The Resident. I highly recommend if you want a medical show that'll pull at your heartstrings.
Is that the one with Logan from Gilmore
Yes,
Girls?
it is!
Yes.
He's an asshole, but I actually like him more in this one. So I didn't do...
Hot assholes. That's his archetype.
He's really good at it. But I didn't do a lot of reading for like all of last week because I was just really sad. But then I was like, okay, I'm getting on a plane. I'm actually going somewhere. This can't be cancelled. Get on the plane, read, do all the reading.
Yeah.
And I feel so much better. I have not read this much in a very long time. And I'm so...
Such a dopamine hit.
Such a dopamine hit. And to be like...
I love it.
The fact that I read 2 whole books today and started a third. Although I got to the point on my last flight where I was like, I can't do this, so I played Stardew Valley on my phone instead.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, I can't read anymore. My eyes are actually going to...
You get to a point and you're just like, nah.
My eyes are about to fall out of my head.
Yeah.
And that's not a mess they want to clean up.
No.
It's not a mess I
They do not get paid that much enough.
Exactly. But anyway, your final messy character...
My final messy character.
Wait, where's my phone?
Sorry.
I need Goodreads.
So it's another contemporary, and it's Tilly from How to Ruin a Wedding by Sophie Andrews, and it was pitched as like a comp to My Best Friend's Wedding, the 1997 film with Julia Roberts and Dermot Mulroney and Cameron Diaz, Rupert Everett. 9 years working in a video store. And I have a personal grudge against My Best Friend's Wedding because I watched it at a very formative age, like, I don't know, like maybe 12 or 13. And it was the first rom-com that I watched where they didn't get together at the end, which was what I was expecting and what I wanted to see. Even though she did very terrible, like, morally wrong things throughout it. I was still so trained in the ways of the film that, like, I'm like, okay, but they'll definitely get together at the end, you know. And they didn't, and it left me feeling very hollow in my stomach, and I've never forgotten that.
the worst.
But I love Sophie Andrews. She's an amazing author. And I just trusted her to get me through it. And she did. But that's the premise. She's in love with her best friend, and he gets engaged to someone else quite quickly. And she's like, fuck it. I'm going to stop this wedding. He should be with me.
I'm sold immediately. I'm buying this book.
Right.
I need this book in my life.
No mess. Like,
Stop in a wedding.
ruin a wedding mess.
I have to say,
I'm like, what the hell?
the cover is also I'm
It's a fun cover too.
it is a fun cover too.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Watch this be the book that because I don't intend to leave my bed tomorrow. That's the book I'm going to
That's
read.
it.
Screw the other book I was reading.
Nice.
And she goes one step further as well and finds the fiance's ex-boyfriend and is like, hey, you want to help me? We're going to roll a wedding. So she like ropes him in so that she can gather extra intel on this girl, what she's like, what her sort of like habits are, so she can plant all these
Devious.
malicious seeds.
This is amazing.
And I'm like, that is messy. And it was really
That is
funny.
so messy. Yeah.
And she's just, it's great because she's obviously so focused on this guy who's been her best friend, is she's not paying attention to anything else.
Yeah.
And she's not sort of, you know, she's not trying with anyone else. So like,
Yeah.
when the guy is like, she's like, I would never date you. You're like, what, 5'10", 5'11"? No. Just like, she's just like straight up whenever anyone else tries anything, because she's like, nope, that's my man. That one over there, planning his wedding to someone else.
That is amazing. I'm literally buying the book as we speak.
And I love it. And all these books they're all indie authors, and it's just so great to see
Yeah.
indie authors doing so well, and like across the board having such amazing alpha readers and beta readers and street teams like you guys, and Bookstagram, Bookstock, all of those amazing platforms where people can just talk about the books that they love, and it gives so many of us a platform that we would never have expected or thought of.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love it. We're just in awe of you guys, because the idea of putting my face on the internet every day makes me want to like cry, drink, maybe hit something. Definitely cry
I
and sleep.
always want to smack someone. Cry too. I want to cry too.
Just hit someone while you're crying. Just multitask.
I'd just like to say I have now bought and downloaded How to Ruin a Wedding. I am reading this shit tomorrow. I'm
so excited for you.
so excited.
And message me.
Absolutely.
afterwards.
I will be.
Tell me what you thought about it.
I'll send you, because I'll probably leave like myself little annotations. I'll let you know what my comments are. I'll be like,
Okay.
I'll be like, yeah.
Do it.
This is great. See, this podcast is so dangerous for our bank accounts,
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
but that's okay.
You know, when you spend money on things that make you feel good, that's caring for yourself, self-care.
Exactly. Whereas my brother
And
would say,
supporting indie authors.
And supporting indie authors.
which is the most important thing, which is why we're here. This is what we're here to
Yay!
do.
Yes.
My brother would call
Yes,
it caring
it
for the
is.
elderly, because I'm buying myself a book, so I'm caring for myself. He's 18.
You should have
Rude.
him more often.
He's 18. He goes, you're so old. And I'm just like, you're a bitch. Like, you are an actual, like...
So old.
Oh, look, I love him. To be fair, he is the baby of the family. There's only him and I on the side of the family, and then there's my cousin as well, and he's like 23, I think. I can't remember. He's an age. So my brother just sits there going, you're so old. You're an old
Like,
lady.
We are now, though, because I said something at school, and because I'm now, like, a full generation away from kids. And I said, I pissed off a kid.
Nice. I approve.
Naturally. And I said something to the class, and I was like, oh, like, back in my day, which I use ironically, but not really. And this kid's like, I was like, back in my day, in like 19, and he's like 100. And I was like, no, but like when I had to, and I was like, and then when I had to get to school, like it'd be like, he was like a horse and carriage. Fuck off, Ben.
Ben,
This is why you're single.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Ben's. I have a friend Ben, and he would say I don't know. He knows that he knows that we have a podcast. He knows that I have probably mentioned him before because he's the American. So Ben, if you're listening, that's you as a child, you little fucker. Because he would say he's the same age as me, but he would be like,
my cousin Ben is actually doing the halftime entertainment at the Super Rugby final.
Holy shit.
Probably, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. But he's doing that. Hey Ben, shout out.
shout out to all the Bens.
Which none of us are
fuckwits.
watching, because we'd rather talk about
Books.
than watch sport.
Amen.
But yeah, very similar. Like, quick-witted.
What is it with Bens?
Smart ass, though.
What is it with the Bens? Like, I swear, like, I'm just
don't know.
gonna... They're just...
Daniels and Bens.
Daniels and Bens.
Okay.
Well, Daniels are assholes, Bens are just smart asses.
They are smart ass. But, like, it's like, this kid, like, he came back so quick with two of them one after the other. And I was like, it's actually hilarious.
I'm done.
Look, good for
I'm gonna
you.
sit down.
Go to your corner.
I was like, no.
Get him a little dunce
Good for you,
hat.
mate.
Really take him, baby. Like, you want to experience the 1900s? Here's your dunce hat. Sit in the corner.
Get a
I'll
ruler.
throw an eraser at you.
Yeah.
I'll throw a stapler at you.
I had a teacher who did throw... One of my friends was pissing her off in class, and so she turns around and she just threw a whiteboard marker at him, and I
Yep.
went, go Kelly!
Oh, I do that sometimes, but I have to be real careful, because once I hit the wrong kid...
You know what? That kid probably had it coming.
I was like, ooh, don't tell your mum.
Look, these things won't come out until they're adults. I'm like, yeah, my teacher threw this at me
Fine.
once, and
Fine.
the parents will go.
Huh?
I have told stories, and my parents, and some of my friends go, they allowed that? I'm like, what were we gonna do? Like,
What are you gonna do?
the school I went to, we called our teachers by their first names, and if we swore at them, they swore back at us.
Yeah. One of them's calling me Sea Dog. I'm like, please stop. Court Dog. Court Dog.
You should come up with a really stupid nickname for him.
And just every time.
I was just like, please stop. And he's like, I'll never stop.
And you're like, I control your grades.
He tries so hard. And he gets such good grades. But he gets them through effort. Which is like my fave kind of kid.
But
Yeah.
because you sea dog.
Yeah.
Asshole.
That's okay, because the other ones, my real initials are CI. So, one of the other kids calls me CI, which actually bothers me slightly more, because my parents were both cops, and so there's like criminal informant, which is like a snitch.
To be fair, you're snitching to us, but it's fine because we approve
I'm like,
of your rebellion
anything
against
but
them.
a snitch, mate.
Oh, kids are just ruthless these
Kids
days.
though. But yeah, so those are some of the messy characters I love, and I'm actually really excited because I'm writing my messiest character right now, and yeah, I can't tell you anything because it's with someone else. It's a collaboration. We haven't announced it, but it's pure mess. I will make sure you both get an early copy.
Hell yes, please.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so
like-
oh, hell yeah.
It's just we took all of our own like high school trauma and we've just woven it into these characters and just like set them into the world with
How
no
thera-
financial backing.
how therapeutic
and
though.
It's very good, yeah.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'll get like a chapter note And she's like, this is too depressing for this point in the story.
She said, I'm healing from high school trauma, it's fine.
I'm like, oh, sorry, did too much of my own, like, cynicism just leak onto the page. I'll go back.
I know with a lot
I'll
of
be perkier.
authors. Yeah, I know with a lot of authors, they actually use their own writing to kind of face their trauma, which I think is really cool.
I know, because I work with Bree, a lot with our anthologies, and she writes rom-coms, and they're amazing rom-coms.
They are.
And she's got a phenomenally messy character coming out in Wide-Eyed, which is coming out in August, which you should buy and pre-order.
Absolutely.
Because it's so good. But it's full mess. And she's had people be like, oh, this covered some, like, deep stuff for a rom-com that I wasn't expecting. And I know, because because she's told me, and also I beta read for her, that she's actively trying to, like sift out the trauma so that it's still a rom-com.
Look, writers heal through writing, that's the thing.
Yeah, but she's like, I can't put all this in it and call it a rom-com. It's just,
What is writing if not entertaining journaling for everybody else?
That's true.
Why journal when you can be an author?
That's true.
How's your book coming along, Bree?
How is it coming, Bree?
I'm writing. I haven't written anything because I've been away. But
No, but I've got the document.
no, you don't anymore because I took everyone off of it. I did.
Rude!
I had a bit of a crisis within myself, and I was like, I actually don't want anyone reading it yet. I need to do more. I want to make it better before I really get people to actually read it.
No.
I had a full blown crisis, so I was like, okay, everybody off.
No, that's normal. You just ignore it. Everyone does that.
I let the thoughts win. So
I send it to
That's
people.
right.
I send manuscripts to people, and I'm like, I can't tell anymore if this is genuinely shit or if it's okay.
literally,
Can
my
you read it and
thoughts.
tell me, please?
That's literally. I'm just like in my head. This is completely terrible. No one should read it. I have people.
No, that's a very normal part of the process.
But I've had people go.
Is it finished?
No, not yet.
Is it like
Not yet.
a first draft?
No.
Where are you at?
I am at. Where am I at? I have the epilogue written.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got maybe 5 or 6 chapters before
Left.
we get left.
How many chapters total?
I can't remember. I've been away from my computer. I don't remember.
Because there's this thing, and it gets a lot of us, and I call it the 60% breakdown, or the 30k breakdown, because I write quite short.
Yeah.
But when you get to about 60%, you're like, this is shit. This is totally shit. No one wants to read this. I should give up. Maybe I should just burn it and eat my weight in peanut M&Ms.
That's literally what I want. I just want to set my laptop on fire.
That is normal. That's a whole part of the process.
I threatened
I
it.
get that every single book.
I threatened to set my laptop on fire, and both Zoe and Rosie were like, don't do that. And Zoe was like, if you set your laptop on fire, you can't play Dragon Age or Baldur's Gate. And I went,
There you go.
That's a really good point. I can't.
There's a reason.
I can't not play those games. I started writing this a while ago, and then I kind of went away from it for a bit because I was going through a lot at work with my boss, and I was just like, I can't do it. And then I came back to it this year, and I was reading through the chapters, and I was adding things in, and then I was like, okay, I can actually write more. And then I started writing more. And then I started writing more and more and more and more until, like, just over the past week and a bit, I was pumping out 2,000 words a day, which was a lot for me.
Yeah, great.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot for anyone.
Yeah, you've been flying through it.
I was so, but then I had my crisis, and someone said something really nice to me, and I went, I can't have you guys on this anymore. And I felt really bad because I was like, shit, like, it's not your fault that I've taken you off. It's just me in my own head.
No,
Yeah,
Bree,
that's fair.
that is how you know you're an author.
I'm just a nurse.
Nope.
No, you're not.
That's an author thing. What's the premise? Tell me.
It's called In the Name of Tweed. It's
Great.
so I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I was really mad that
Which season? Which season's your season?
I kind of love them all except
I'm a season 3 girly.
season 3 is good. Season 3 is really good.
Faith, the Mayor.
Oh,
That's it.
it's iconic. It's like there's nothing that I was just like, it kind of went like with the whole Faith storyline. I was really sad. Season 7 wasn't that great. I was more mad that Giles wasn't in it more. But that's just
I think the final episode, though, like the season itself, but the final episode, I feel like it finished kind of the only way it could.
I
and
agree.
now they're talking about like a reboot, and I just don't
I
understand.
don't see how it's going to work. It doesn't make any sense at all.
It doesn't make any sense. But I thought it finished perfectly.
I agree. I was shocked with who they killed and who survived.
Yeah.
There were some people who I was like, this person shouldn't have survived, but they did. But that's okay.
That's true of life. So sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. This is the way. But I was really upset that Giles never got his happy ending. So my male character is very Giles-esque. Because I'm just he needs his happily ever after. He needs to have somebody. So that's what I started with, and then I just kind of rolled with it. There's a cat called Captain Chili Beans.
Amazing.
He's a ginger cat. He is the best boy.
Ginger cat's my favourite cat.
My ginger cat is not the best boy.
My ginger cat shocked us all by being a girl.
We have
Ginger's
a tabby.
Weird.
Yeah, gingers are usually boys.
Yeah.
Boys, and they're fucking little devils.
My friend has a ginger cat who's also a girl, and her name's Phoebe.
Oh, mine was Tilly, which is how I got the secret pen name. Because it was literally just
Smart.
my first pet, my first street, like how you make a porn name.
Stripper names. Last thing you ate. What colour shirt are you wearing?
Black pasta.
It's always black something.
Pink coleslaw.
That's kind of gross.
Come on, hang on. I am. What have I eaten?
You had
Navy nachos.
Navy nachos.
That's actually kind of cool.
That's actually good.
That is, I like that one.
Navy nachos is a good stripper name right there.
But yeah. Oh, okay, so, what happens to him?
Well,
I'm so excited.
He's not the main character. My main character is Avery. He's there.
Girl? Boy?
Girl.
I love Avery for girl.
I do.
I pitched it for our kids.
Her cat is Chili Beans. And she's escaping something that happened to her and coming to this small town, which is also kind of small town vibes, cozy, Gilmore Girl-esque, because I fucking love small towns.
Yes.
Considering I lived in Greymouth. Look, I have a soft spot for Greymouth. Nobody gets it.
I live in a small town, so I can't... But I like a city.
I'm a small town girl living in a big city, but I've got all my friends here and all my family here, so it's kind of like I need to be here. I went through a lot of shit in 2023, living in Greymouth and working on the psych ward, and I was like, if I don't leave now, I'm going to be a patient, and I don't want that.
I think it's because I grew up in a small town, which is very different from choosing to move to a small town as an adult.
To be fair, I initially didn't have a choice. They offered me a job, and I said, okay, bye.
That's how I ended up in Motueka.
We love
my
it.
first teaching job was Motueka, and I love it.
I definitely I love my friends in Greymouth. I love going to be able to visit, because then I can get, it's just a break from the busyness and the chaos, and that's kind of what I want to bring into this little small town that I'm writing. Is there's all these fun little townies that I love writing about. And I was talking.
I love the eccentric cast of characters.
Yes, well, there's Mayor Lewis, who is everyone thinks he sounds like a literate Cookie Monster. So
I like that. I'm gonna read this book so hard, man. I'm really excited. Will I see you at Age of Pages next year selling it?
And probably not as an author. I'll be there supporting Zoe.
You could put yours on my table if you wanted.
I just be like, there you go, bye.
You're blushing.
I'm just gonna eat.
I would be very excited.
Are you gonna write under your own name or a pen name?
Pen name. I'm not using my name.
Yes.
Ooh, do you want my advice?
Mm-hmm.
Short.
I've got the perfect.
Stick with Bree for the beginning.
I was gonna use
because
I've got the perfect.
Then you.
I have got the perfect one. Asher B.
Or do you tell us?
Asher's my middle name,
Okay.
and B is a shortened version of my name.
As long as it's close enough that you will react when people say it. That's why I stuck with Courtney, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to remember another name.
Here's the thing, I will
Yeah.
respond to anything if it's set in the right tone.
Oh.
And I know it's directed at me. I'll hear something and I go, yeah. My parents would make a game out of it. I'd be on the other side of the house and they would yell the randomest shit just to see if I'd respond. And I knew it was being directed at me. So I once responded to Hu Fang Dung. Do I know why?
You're like, yeah,
No.
that's me.
But I'm like, and I pop my head in and I go, yeah, and they're like, how did you know we were calling you? It's like, it's tone. It's all about tone. I know
tone.
when I'm being, when my name is better, when it's me, when, you know, there's a certain, just a little bit of,
My name is being called.
I will literally respond to anything. It is insane. And it's gotten worse as I've gotten older because there's just more, like, tonal things that I just go, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And of course, workmen patients who don't always remember your name.
yeah, Vanessa.
Vanessa.
That still makes me
yeah.
mad.
Short last name, because Clark Michaels does not fit easily on a book cover. And some of the socials, there's too many letters. It's a nightmare.
Yay, social media.
That's actually the advice I give, like, all authors. Like, all new authors. I'm like, pick a short pen name.
It's a, yeah. I
Yeah.
figured out what if I were to publish what that is what I do. I do it Asher
When?
if Asher B
When?
if
Like, by the end of this calendar year, maybe.
Oh shit, that's close. Even I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, we're in June. We're almost at the end of June. I don't
But you only have, like, 6 chapters till the end of your first draft.
that I'm aware of. I don't know. I keep adding in random things and I go, oh yeah, this
Yeah,
would be good
that's
to
true.
have.
This one that came out tonight, Storm Warning in the longest night, I was like, I'm gonna have to work so hard to get it to like 20k. God, I'm just like, because every word is like so difficult. It's like I don't know, it's like fucking 28 or something. I just would not stop. Would not stop.
It's like verbal diarrhea.
I know, and I was texting Stefan Esme, and I was like, this fucking story won't end.
Someone needs to die.
I keep thinking I've only got like
This is a romance,
one
but someone's
or
gonna
two
die.
more chapters, and then it just kept going.
Yeah.
We love that, and we can't wait to read it.
Oh well, it
Yes,
is
I have it on my
99
Kindle.
cents. Yeah, 99 cents, and 20% of the proceeds go to Women's Refuge.
Even better.
Love it.
We love
Love it, love it, love it.
Anyway, I'm getting to the point where I need to go to bed. So, it's been a very long
Same.
day. So, what we like to do when we wrap up is we like to talk about what our spark of joy was for the week and something we want to plug. So, Anne, what was your spark of joy for this week?
My spark of joy was being picked as a Beyond Books brand influencer, which was really nice.
It's so
Congratulations!
Thank you. It's like my little influencer dreams are like slowly working their way, which is cool. So yeah, I got picked for that, and I was really happy and exciting. And I got a like discount code and everything, so it's been great. Yeah.
good.
You're fancy.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
It's so cool.
What about you, Bree?
Being on holiday, actually getting away, getting out of Auckland. I painted a frog.
Oh, that's so cute. That's such a good frog.
I can't paint for shit, but I feel very proud of this.
You should.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's-
Hang it on your wall.
I'm going to. I don't know where I'm going
Yes.
to put it, but I'm going to put it somewhere. He deserves to be displayed. He's very cute.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no. But hanging out with my friend, actually getting to just take some time out for myself has been really nice, and actually get to see her, because I haven't seen her. The last time I was meant to go to Greymouth, I broke my ankle. And then she came up and saw me for a couple of days, so I was like, I'm coming down to see you at this time. And actually being able to get on the plane and leave
Yes, so good.
Everyone at work is very relieved that I made it through this holiday in one piece. I'm relieved. I'm physically relieved. I'm like, oh.
You have not technically gone back to work yet.
No. There's still a day.
Stay in bed tomorrow. You're not allowed to leave.
What if I need to...
Unless you want to, and then not go to work. Because
You
you've hurt
backtracked
yourself.
so quickly on that, Anne.
Unless... I did my biggest concern when I was flying down was that I was going to get COVID or like the flu, and then coming home I was like, I'd love to get COVID or the flu because I've got sick leave. Oh, and have a couple of more days at home. I don't want to come to work. I've still got another day. I could come back positive with something. That would be great. I don't want to go to work. Yeah, Courtney, what was your spark of joy of the week?
Well, I actually, because I also had the week off, and Esme very kindly made me a little dopamine menu with a schedule that I had to keep to hit all of my dopamine goals. So at one point this week, I picked up my knitting, which I hadn't done in like almost a year.
Oh, wow.
But I knit squares to go to the Little Miracles Trust to be sewn into blankets for all the baby Nikus, so all the little Niku babies. And I was sitting there in my bed with my electric blanket on 3 because it was freezing, and I was knitting and watching Bridgerton season 3. I did a rewatch, and so I was like knitting away like, you're such a fucking slut, Colin.
No, but honestly, that is literally the only thing to say. Like, God damn it, Colin!
Yeah. Like, oh my god,
Keep it in your
pay a
pants.
whores. Which he does. Actually, he does pay his whores. I respect that. But yeah, I was like, she's so much better than you.
Penelope deserves the world.
I know. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that because it was like 2 things that I love that I hadn't had time for in almost a year because I've just been working like a insane thing, or I've been insane because I've been working so hard.
Yeah.
And it was really lovely just to do something where no one expected anything of me, and I had a good time.
Nice.
That's too good. And what would you like to plug?
I would like to plug all of Courtney's books because obviously, I read Protecting His Princess, book 3 in what's the series called? Sorry,
Pacific Passions.
Pacific Passion series, yeah, and it was so good, and I cannot wait to get to book 1 and book 2 and see all the shenanigans that everyone gets up to, and yeah, just everything that Courtney has written because I'm already obsessed and I cannot wait to read more.
I've read one book, and now that I've met you, I'm like, just give it all to me. Just give me more.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
The funny thing is, when Courtney was the author at Ages of Pages who got really excited about meeting me.
Yes.
And,
oh yeah.
So yeah, and then as soon as I met her, I was like, then when you've made me flustered.
You're welcome.
Then when I met her, I was like, absolutely, like, I'm going to read everything. And then we met her at the after party, and then she just like sent at the pub, and then she just like sent me and the girls like a bunch of like ebooks. Because she was like, I like you guys. You're my street team now. We're like,
$3.
deal.
Love that. That is how you get a
Because you were talking to Cleo Brown, who is...
Yeah.
Cleo and I have been friends for like almost 20 years now. Like, well before either of us started writing. And she has just been amazing. She just had like almost overnight success. She's just had her 1 year like published versary, but she's done something like 7 books, I think.
She's only been publishing a year?
So
Holy.
Jules came out on the 1 year anniversary of Tuesday because she said that way she had all the Toombs family done in the 1 year.
Oh my
Damn.
So I've just read Mark's, which is coming out on the 27th this month. And talking about people who can't fucking tell people that they like them. I was sending a message. I was like, he's so bad at this. But I love her books. I'm obsessed. And of course she's had so much success, and it's so great to watch. So all these influencers was like coming over to talk to her, and we got put together so that we could hang out with each other if no one wanted to talk to us. And I was like, oh my god, all the cool kids know you. And so it was amazing. So everyone would come and meet her, and then I'd get really excited by them and like throw myself at them.
As you should.
It's a good strategy. Like, absolutely, it's a great strategy.
I was like, hey, I love you.
Making yourself it's making yourself so noticeable. But the thing was, like, I knew who you were because you were interacting with all of my posts before I came.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like you were like jumped at me and I was like, oh hi, yeah, I know who you are. Like, I actually knew who you were.
But that's the thing, because everyone has like, you know, people look different in real life, and you know, people use vectors or illustrations for their things, and no one has their real name, you know. So like putting the words to the profiles was like really challenging.
Yeah.
And then I'd end up talking to someone, and we'd just be having a regular chat, and then I'd be like, and then they'd walk back to the walk back to their booth, and I'd be like, oh shit, she's famous. I know. Because I hadn't made the connection.
It's so funny.
It was funny because when Mrs. Moa walked in, like the whole room went like quiet, and like the bookstagrammers and the authors were like, it's Mrs. Moa.
She's here.
It was great. She's like, yeah, it was so good. And she's the nicest person. Like, she's coming around, like, talking to everyone, hugging everyone. And it's like, everyone's just, like, starstruck by Mrs. Moa.
Because I messaged her, because I knew she'd done Age of Pages the year before. And I was like, look, I know it has all kinds of books. Do you think there'd be, you know, do you think my books would fit in? You know, and she's like, yeah, absolutely. And then she's like, send me your books, and I will take them to you up there, so you don't have to pay for shipping. So she saved me like hundreds of dollars, and I was like,
yeah,
you're amazing.
Yeah, I think one of the authors, Celia, she's probably gonna like do an Amazon order to me, so then I can just bring them to Ages of Pages for her next year, because she's coming from Australia.
And I will be at Ages of Pages next year.
Yes, you better.
You'll be so excited.
I'm gonna fight you.
Here's the thing. I didn't know it was happening.
I will add it to our calendar.
Yeah. I didn't know it was happening this year, and then I was told, and then I forgot, and then it was happening, and someone was like, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, "To what?" I'm like, "Ages of Pages." I'm like,
but it's like literally an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, but
and you work at a GP's office. If
it's not in my calendar, it's not happening.
Okay,
that's the issue.
Put it in your calendar, because Esme, Bree, and Cleo Brown and I have already bought tickets to flights up.
I will be there. I'll be there. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get us a tiny little mic, and then we're gonna go around. We're gonna ask all the authors.
I have a tiny little mic. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna get tiny little hands so we can hold the tiny little mic, and we can go, "Hello, I've come to ask you a question."
Yeah, we're gonna do Broke Book Girls on the road.
I love it.
It's gonna be great
because I'm also broke and into books.
Yeah,
it's why you're here, isn't it?
If you're into books, you're always broke because you're always buying books.
So many books.
Yeah.
All right, what's your plug for the week, Bree?
It's not as cute. It's food related.
What is it?
Hot chips with
excited.
garlic butter and gravy.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Hot chips, garlic butter, gravy. Yes.
Amazing. And corn balls. Corn nuggets.
You're making me so hungry.
I'm gonna need to go eat some more pasta.
I might have to go cook pasta.
I'm gonna get into PJs and get into bed.
And eat your fried chicken.
But yeah, I'm cold. I can't feel my toes anymore. I got socks on too. I just have very poor circulation. But yeah, when I'm going, there's a we love it.
We're so cold all the time.
Just means layers, and it's great, and fluffy socks.
Do you know what? My mum just bought me those fleece lined tights.
Nice.
So good.
Oh yeah.
I need those.
I have looked at those.
It was like a hug for my legs.
Ooh, that sold. I need a hug for my legs. But when I went down to Greymouth, there's a little dairy, sort of like a convenience shop sort of thing, and they do hot chips. You can add garlic butter and gravy, or gravy, to your hot chips. And they also do the most amazing corn nuggets. And I like sweet corn, like they're like deep fried. Oh my lord. They are the... I was looking forward to these things, like, because it's just not the same in Auckland. Like, nothing's ever the same. So I said to her, I was like, I need this when I'm down. She's like, yes, we do. So we had that for dinner on Thursday night, and I was like, I was happy. I was a happy little camper. I was like, yay! I got to do all...
Yum.
I ate all the food that I wanted to eat. I had a cheesy sausage roll from my favourite, the Duduck Bakery, this morning, and I got a free quiche with it as well. And I was like,
Nice.
hell yeah. He's like, do you want free quiche? I'm like, yes.
Amazing.
Is that a question?
Is that a question?
I'm never going to say no to free food. So I had the sausage roll, and then I ate the quiche while I was waiting for my next flight in Christchurch. And I was like, this is just...
Yeah, brilliant lunch.
Nice.
We used to eat those quiches. Bakery opens at 4. Like, they start cooking at 4. They open at 5. And on our night shifts, one of the nurses would sometimes go over, grab 3 of the quiches, one for each staff member, come back, and we would have these piping hot ham and cheese. It's got, like, cream cheese on it as well, and, like, this thick slice of tomato, and the cheese just... Oh, my gosh. So I really, like... Today I really got that dopamine. I was like, this is
Nice.
so good. So my plug is food.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll always plug food. I think my first ever plug was food as well. And I will forever continue to plug food. What's your plug, Courtney?
I should probably plug the book that came out today.
Absolutely.
So it's not just mine, so I don't feel like such a dick. But it's an anthology by myself, Esme Bree, Stephanie Ruth, who's an amazing author from Otutahi, Christchurch, and it's our 4th anthology together. We've done a Christmas one, a Valentine's one, and a New Year's Eve one, and we only release them for 3 months, and then we get the rights back and we release them as our own. But they are all stories from our own book worlds, so you might see, characters from the novels or something like that. But they all take place either in one place or a shared world, so all of our characters are interacting with each other. So this one is a winter solstice one. It's called The Longest Night. And all of our characters are attending a women's refuge fundraiser at a mountaintop chateau above Lake Taupo, which is... We did a recon trip, Esme and I, when we were in Hamilton for Age of Pages. We went down to Taupo and had a day there and sort of got to know it, which is great.
Love it. Good way to do it.
And so they all get snowed in and they can't escape. Oh no, so sad.
Oh no, so sad. Too sad, so bad.
So my story is a male-female. She is a mid-sized supermodel from South Africa who immigrated to Aotearoa, and he is a British cybersecurity specialist who was visiting Theo. Oh, it's Liam.
Oh, yes. Yay.
Liam from Protecting His Princess.
I loved him.
He's been visiting Leo.
It was great.
My brain literally just clicked that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And so he just got called in for a job and he's just started to do it so he doesn't have to fly anyone else off from England. She's getting death threats because she has filed a lawsuit against a director for sexual harassment on a ad site. It's sort of like the Blake Lively, Jason Baldoni thing, which made me really angry. Because even if a woman isn't that nice, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't believe and support them in these kinds of situations.
Yeah.
So he's in charge of protecting her. She's got ADHD, he's got autism, and they end up, snowed in together, and kind of like fake dating as well, because he's, in order to not look scared for the person who's harassing her, they're doing it as a fake dating scenario. Because I love a fake date.
Fake dating is.
That's my fave trope. Esme's is amazing as well. It's an FF, so it's sapphic, and it's a reality TV bombshell. Who's attending the event with her showman's boyfriend, and gets stuck outside in the snow and rescued by the butch lesbian mountain mummy kind of character who is like a reclusive groundskeeper for the shadow.
Love it.
I love it. And Def's is so good. It's set as part of her Otago Waters series, and it's a single mum, older characters, which I love seeing in romance. And it's fake dating as well, because it's the best. And he is her son's rugby coach. He's got like big zaddy vibes. Silver Fox.
Yes.
And my favourite part about it is actually when they end up at the fundraiser, they're all sat at a table and she slept with all the men on the table.
Yes! Yes!
So queen.
Because when you're from a small town, you know, like that's...
Small town problems. Yeah,
That's
limited.
understandable. It's quite common.
Limited.
Actually.
Limited.
You have to be
pools.
careful it's not your cousin.
Yeah.
And Steph writes such like soulful, beautiful characters. She's like a slower burn, but it's so poignant and just, oh God, it's beautiful. Just chef's kiss.
I can't wait to read
And
it.
I love them.
good.
And they've all got, you know, our little characters ducking in and out of each story, and so
Nice.
fun.
I love it.
And we love it. So it's our last one. For now, we don't have any more planned, but yeah, we're really excited. And 20% of the proceeds do go to Women's Refuge New Zealand.
Amazing.
Yeah, to help, you know, obviously women and children who are trying to look for support to leave domestic violence.
Which we love so much. It's so good.
I cannot wait to read.
Yeah, I can't wait. That sounds amazing. You had me at Liam, and I'm like, from his brief appearance, I was like, that's my boy. I love this man. This man is like,
I loved Liam, and I always thought he'd get a full length, kind of. But then this is a fun one because I always use characters that have been previously mentioned, so we can see how their sort of stories come out. And I didn't know who Liam was going to end up with. I thought for a while he might end up with Marcina, who shows up in one of mine as like a very fancy lawyer who's from Avale, which is the fictional Pacific island. But no, she showed up in Counting Down. She's getting married to someone else. and then I had Storm in Office Game, which is one of my Rugby Nights books, and I loved it because I just wrote her in very briefly as the current girlfriend, soon to be ex, of a pro rugby player who meets the main character Izzy in the toilets at a wedding, and they have like a bit of a D&M before, like in the stalls before they see each other, and then she's like, oh fuck, I've just been telling like a supermodel my love problems. And Storm's like, no, it's great. Here, wear this lipstick. Let's go out. We're going to get drunk. We're going to dance. We're going to ignore all these fucking boys.
hell yeah.
And so I really liked that kind of, like, big girl, like, girl, focused, fun, loving kind of thing with someone like Liam, who can be a bit irreverent and obviously has, like, military training and cyber security. So he's autistic as well, so he sees everything quite in a focused way. And she's a little bit more like,
I can't wait to read that. Just from his, I fell in love with him the minute he came. I was like, this guy's great. So I can't wait.
I had to go back and read him, and I had to be like,
let me get in your mind.
Like, oh, he is not helpful to Theo in this situation.
But he just says it how he sees it.
He says it how it is. Yeah.
But then he's also like, fuck it. I'll finish it off. Like,
he's
just,
like, fine.
You go do your thing. Like,
yeah.
You do you, boo. I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I really I sort of mirrored that a little bit when Liam's telling Theo about the job he's doing in storm warning, which is what it's called.
Yeah.
My one. And Theo's like, look, if it doesn't feel right, I'll come. I'll do it. And of course he'd have to work through his PTSD, which is why he's in the field.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, if you need me, I'll come. You tap out. Do what we do. And I like that they sort of have each other's back that way. I think it's a really healthy male friendship.
They understand each other.
Yeah, and they don't have to be like, no, I'll be fine. Because sometimes you're not fine. Sometimes they're like, hey, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I've
Father
had sex with a princess that I'm supposed to be bodyguard. And by the way, she's the younger sister of my mate.
She's the baby of the family. Yeah. Oh, this is too good. Anyway, thank you very much, Courtney, for joining us, and thank you to everyone listening.
So much for having me.
This has been a very fun episode. I hope you guys all enjoy the next 2 hours of your listening, or you have enjoyed the past 2 hours. There will be no fast forwarding. I will find you. You will listen to every single minute of us yapping.
And our hilarity.
And our hilarity, because it's great. Don't forget to follow us, the Broke Book Girls Pod on Instagram. We are live everywhere for your podcasting listening. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on YouTube, if that's where you prefer to listen to us yap. You can find us everywhere at the Broke Book Girls Podcast. Jesus Christ, that's a mouthful.
It's a big week.
You can find me at Cheese and Reads on most things. I hang out mostly in my little pocket of the internet, and you can find me there if you want. And where can we find you?
You can find me at Runaway Irish Girl, pretty much on everything.
And Courtney, where can we send people to stalk you on the internet?
The best place to stalk me is my website, which is CourtneyClarkMichaels.com. I'm also predominantly on Insta, some Facebook, and honestly, if you want my more unhinged stuff, that's Threads.
I still haven't cracked how to use Threads, so.
Well, I was such a fan of Twitter for being unhinged, and then I was not. So now I was really pleased to find a platform where I could just keep not mask myself in any way.
I'll randomly open Threads, I'll see something someone has posted, I'll respond to it in an unhinged way, and then I leave the app, and then I don't open it for like a month.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it.
Best way to do it.
I don't know how to do it. Anyway, once again, thank you for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely evening. We come out every Wednesday, 10 a.m, so tune in for your next read. Bye!
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming!
Bye!